Hello, I'm Sue Cartwright. I'm the Scientific Affairs and Public Health Manager for Colgate in the South Pacific. And I'm here today with Michaela Canotti from the ADA, and we're going to talk about Bright Smiles, Bright Futures.
Yes, thank you, Sue. So let's explore these wonderful kits that Colgate make. So can you tell us, what is Bright Smiles, Bright Futures?
So Bright Smiles, Bright Futures is an oral health promotion program. So there's education materials based on animations and storylines to encourage children to look after their oral hygiene and their oral health generally.
So how long has Bright Smiles, Bright Futures been around?
It launched in Australia and New Zealand in 1996, but globally it started in 1991. And so far we've reached 1 billion children, and we hope to reach 1 billion more.
So what materials do we have available?
Well, I'm going to talk about 4 of the kits today. So you'll note that we have a theme which is actually different to the previous materials, if you've ever...
I have used the previous materials before. Yes, I have.
So the new theme is Adventures in the Molar System, which is pretty exciting, I think. So hopefully children will be inspired by that. And we have 4 kits. So we have the teacher's preschool kit and primary school kit. And then we have dental professional kits.
Lovely.
So both preschool and primary school. And I think the thing to note about the kits is that they're very adaptable. So you can use them in a classroom, you can use them in a community setting, or even in your practice, should you wish to do that.
Lovely.
And you'll see on the screen that there are online materials available also, which are additional.
Yes.
And so if you go to colgatebsbf.com, and if you want to order kits in Australia or New Zealand, go to colgatebsbf.com.au.
Lovely.
So I guess let's have a look at the kits then.
Let's do it.
Okay, so we're going to start with the preschool teacher's kit. The difference between the teacher's kit and the dental professional kit is that the dental professional kit comes in a jiffy bag and the teacher's kit comes in a box.
Yes.
So the box actually also contains hand washing materials and a soft soap pump. But as far as the oral health materials go, they're the same for the dental professional and the teacher.
And that's what we have in front of us.
Absolutely. So there's a big book that you can read to the kids, and it's really fun because it rhymes, and kids love that, and it makes it easy to read.
So it's Baxter Meets a Visitor?
That's right. The visitors come from Mars, I think. Yes,
from outer space,
In fact, I think a relative of Squish, who we have right here. Yes. So the visitor from Mars visits the classroom and learns about how to look after teeth. So there's all the oral health messages in there. So the healthy foods, as you can see.
Foods.
Yeah.
Information on brushing.
And then also visiting the dentist, which we put in a positive light. So we want the children to understand that going to see your dental professional is actually a fun thing to do.
Yes.
And then right at the back of the book, there are some tips on how to read the book and some extra questions that you might want to ask the kids.
So these are reinforcing questions that can be done after reading the storybook.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
fantastic.
Yeah, and as well as that, you might want to look at the teacher's guide. Within this guide, teacher's guide, there are lesson plans. And if we take this Brushing Superstar lesson as an example, and if you'd like to be the child in this scenario, Michaela, the lesson's all laid out here, so it's easy to follow. But the main activity is like Simon Says. So do you remember Simon Says from when you were a
It's been a while, but I do remember it.
Okay.
Yes.
So if you pretend to be the kid, as the teacher or the dental professional, I would say, Bright Smile says, I brush my teeth twice a day.
And I would.
And the child would
Pretend to
brush
my teeth.
Absolutely.
Yes.
But then I might say, I don't brush my tongue. Or I'd say, actually, a Bright Smile says, I don't brush my tongue.
And then
then you would freeze. Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's a simple activity, but a fun thing to do with little children. So there's lots of ideas in this book. You can make a cube and decorate it. You can use the certificate on the back page, and you can make a little pretend dental surgery with the toys that live in the preschool. There's many ideas. And then additionally to that, there is the emergent reader book.
Yep.
So
this is an additional book that kids can try and read themselves.
That's
Is
right.
it?
So it's
Yes.
kind of linking the pictures to the words. So they might be able to start trying to read. But certainly it reinforces the messages again that we're trying to get across about oral health.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah. And so also in the kit, there are stickers for the children. There's a couple of posters, one up here about brushing, one here about counting, and then there's a parent take-home. So to complete that loop, you want to have the parents also understanding what went on in the class. There's a good oral health starts early little brochure. On the back, there are the messages about how to look after your teeth. And then inside, there's a brushing chart, 28 days, so that you can reinforce those habits at home of the child brushing twice a day.
Fantastic. So these look like wonderful resources for both dental professionals and teachers to use with young children. So what can you tell us about the primary school kit?
Well, it has a great video. It's really well animated. It's very engaging. It focuses on Wilder, who is a girl who is approached by Dr. Rabbit to help save the molar system. And so she travels into space and along with other children from around the world and, in fact, creatures from outer space to help fight the Duke of Decay.
That looks fantastic. Kids are going to love it.
I agree. And in the kit, just as a reminder, or so that people can find the video, there's a little flyer with the URL on it so that you can go to the video. And then linking to the video is the teacher's guide. So this is available to dental professionals as well online. So within the kit, you'll find a little chart about standards. So this has been developed with teachers and oral health professionals from around the world, but it's been localised for Australia and New Zealand. So there's a standards chart here that links the lessons to the various parts of the curriculum, like reading, physical education and health, community research and life skills. All the areas that are required in the curriculum are actually reflected in.
So it's been aligned with the Australia's national curriculum.
That's right. Yes.
Lovely.
Yes. And so it's well set out for the teacher, easy to follow lesson plans. So easy for dental professionals to follow as well. There's things like creating a journal here. The child can write or draw things into that journal. There's little puppets. So these reflect the characters in the video. They can colour them in, and then the teacher can ask questions like, who displayed courage to help Dr. Rabbit and Dr. Brushwell, and then the children can hold up the correct
They can
characters.
answer using the puppet.
That's right. So quite nicely designed. You can go back to the video and ask questions about different parts of the video. And then there's a maze here. The maze is also on the poster, so this is a two-sided poster. You can see the brushing side here, and then you can see there's also the maze. And then on the back, there's a lovely certificate that you can copy and give out to the children once you've completed all of the lessons.
Lovely.
Or even one of the lessons, depending on how you want to do it.
So I notice here we have another storybook as well.
Yep, so this is an extension of the video. One of the characters in the video is Chompers, the dog.
Yes.
And the other one that's featured in this story is Toofus, the cat.
Yes.
The outer space cat. So he comes to Earth and then he gets lost and he goes to the different parts of the world and learns about oral health. And finally they find Toofus, and Toofus goes back to space.
Fantastic.
With all the new knowledge that she's acquired. And then as well as that, we have the stickers for kids. They love stickers. And the take home, so to link back to the parents.
Fantastic.
And within that you'll find there's 32 brushes and little pastes, the main messages on the inside of the fold out, and the brushing chart on the other side.
So these kits look amazing so far. They seem like they've been so well adapted to their respective age groups. The large storybook for preschool children, and then the video that's available for primary school children. But we do have one more kit, don't we?
Yep, so we've got the dental professional kit right here. So I'll take you through that, shall I?
Yes.
Okay, so let me just open it. And there is a lot in here that's quite different for dental professionals. So we start off with a guide to the kit in its entirety. so you can get an idea of why it might be useful, how you might use it, where you might use it, all the questions that you might have about how to use Bright Smiles, Bright Futures.
Yeah.
As well as that, there's a tip sheet on if you are going to present a classroom lesson or even a community group at a community group event, some tips on how to do that, preparing the lesson, delivering the lesson, those kind of things. We have the stickers, as in the teacher's kit, but with an additional sheet of the characters from the video, which is pretty cool.
Fantastic. An always loved item when handed out to children. They love stickers.
And you know, after a dental appointment,
yes,
they're really good, as well as if you're in a classroom.
Fantastic.
So useful. And then we have some take-homes. So we have 2 take-homes in the dental kit. We've got one for the child, which you can have a look at those, and see what's in there. I think there's 32 in each kit, as the same as what's in the primary school kit. So we've got the brushing chart on the inside of that, and then the tips on how to brush on the back. So that's a little take home for the child. And then for the adult, for the parent, there is some more information. So there's information on oral health essentials for different age groups, dental emergencies, and then quite a comprehensive how do you brush and how do you floss chart. So that's those. That's the loop back to the parents as well. And then we've got some colouring in, which is kind of cool.
Always
with the characters from the video again. Our friend Squish here and Dr. Rabbit. We've got the maze with tear-off sheets. You know, so these are tear-off sheets that you can use in the waiting room or to give to children to take home or in the classroom.
Yeah.
There's a poster, or actually there's 2 posters that you can have in your practice. There's the brushing flossing poster. And then there's also 5 steps to good oral care. And these appear also as social media tiles. So if you go to the online materials for dental professionals, there are some social media tiles. And so there's messages. These are separated out as messages that you can use to establish yourself as a preventive practice, if that's, you know,
and
what
that's
you're
just at the website at colgatebsbf.com.
Yes, that's right.
Lovely.
Yes. And then right at the bottom here, we have tear-off sheets of certificates. So it could be the lesson that you've given, or again, you've completed your course of dental treatment, and so you get your certificate to say you've done a great job, and it's got the messages at the bottom here of things that you need to remember to look after your teeth.
Yeah.
So that's what's in the dentist professional kit. But as well as that, there are some online materials. As I was saying, there are the social tiles. But as well as that, there are snap props, which are things that, you know, children can colour, cut out, put on a stick and use in photos, you know, for
photographs.
Online, for social media sites. There's an Instagram frame, and then there's some GIFs, which are kind of fun. And then finally, there is also a PDF engagement letter. If you have never approached a school before or a community group and you want to know how to do that, you can actually write. It's a writable PDF, so you can fill in the gaps and send that letter as an approach to the school.
That's a fantastic inclusion to have as part of the kits.
Yeah, because I think it's quite hard sometimes to take that first step. But
yes,
I think that the materials are very helpful for dental professionals to establish yourself as a leader in the community, to connect to families, maybe, you know, to have families come to you and establish, you know, your practice as their sort of dental home, if you like.
Yes.
So quite useful for building your practice as well as improving oral health within the community.
Yes, this dental professional kit, it does look fantastic, and the great part is that it can be used in the dental clinic, but then outside as well if going to visit schools or other locations.
Yeah.
This all looks great. So how do we order the kits online?
So there's 3 ways that you can order. You can order online if you go to colgatebsbf.com.au, or you can free call, and I think the numbers will appear on the screen. There's a number for Australia and one for New Zealand. And if you've actually ordered the kits before, inside the kit there's an order form, so you can reorder that way as well. So there's 3 ways to order.
And I think you had mentioned in the past as well, for dentists, they can get a refill?
Yes, so there are refill kits. So if you just wanted the stickers and the colouring in charts and the take homes, you can just order those as a refill, so you don't have to get everything.
That's
all
really
again.
handy.
Yeah.
Very handy.
So the other thing to remember, of course, is that these materials are completely free to dental practitioners. So we want as many dental practitioners as possible to utilise them.
That's fantastic. So there's obviously no reason why everyone shouldn't be getting involved in this great initiative by Colgate. I can't wait to use them in my practice.
Well, thanks, Michaela. It's been great going through the materials today. It's been really fun. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you.